and they were like, Kobe Bryant died.
We
Me and my
back,
husband were
y'all.
like, what the hell? Because
We
we were
about
at
to
the time
watch the
were in different countries.
autopsy paperwork
And
of Kobe
people in chat were
Bean
like, Kobe
Bryant.
Bryant died. And I remember we Googled it, and sure enough, and it was just a surreal feeling. How I felt. It was almost like it wasn't true. It was really tragic, the fact that he died, and then when it came out, rumors were circulating that his whole family was with him in the helicopter. All of his daughters, so we weren't sure if he died with his entire family, which would have been equally as awful. But it turned out that it was just him and Gianna, which was pretty sad in itself. For a while, the autopsy hadn't come out, and I know that a lot of people were looking for it, and it's been pretty much scrubbed off of the internet. It took me a while to find it, but I was able to find it, and it's pretty gruesome in the condition that Kobe was found in. And I wanted to kind of share it because people are curious about this sort of thing. People do have interests in post-mortem autopsies, things like that. And this one's pretty brutal. This is an autopsy of Kobe Bryant. On January 26, 2020, Kobe Bryant and 9 other people, including his 13-year-old daughter, crashed into the side of a mountain because of weather and fog. There were no survivors. Kobe was so influential and will always be influential in sports history. And his death is still really felt for a lot of people, including myself. This video, it obviously may be triggering to some, as it's still somewhat raw and recent. So, because of that, viewer discretion is advised, because the descriptions of some of the things and the condition of his body is extremely graphic. The body is identified by toe tags, and it is that of an unembalmed black male. The entire body measures about 65 inches, which is about 5'4", which obviously doesn't reflect the original height of the body. Obviously, the reason was because his pretty much entire lower half of his body was missing. The total body weight is 178 pounds. There's a partial tattoo on the right upper arm, which is disrupted by the traumatic amputation and reveals what appears to be a segment of a butterfly. The butterfly seems to be expanding from a crown. Further tattoo examinations reveal the names of his daughters. A mustache is noted on the upper lip. His left eye is brown and hemorrhaging. Lower teeth are present with a fractured mandible, which is his bottom jaw, as you can see here. The penis is identified and is circumcised, but shows a traumatic degloving. Which
Damn, he lost his dick.
It's awful.
Hell no.
There was no post-mortem intervention at the scene to save his life.
My man lost his wood.
Pretty clear that he was in fact dead. So the body was not clothed, but there were clothes examined.
Yeah, he was
7
done.
items of clothing altogether, and some of them shown tearing and burning, and have a strong smell of fuel. Of all 7 items, only 2 can be identified, which are a pair of underwear labeled Calvin Klein and a pair of black pants with elastic waistbanding. The initial incision is made. The chest and the abdominal cavity is empty because of the traumatic evisceration. The entire rib cage is broken.
Y'all lost the top of his shit.
And the spine is also destroyed.
Dang.
Minimal organs were recovered, so only those that were recovered at the time were examined. 2 fragments of the heart muscle are identified, weighing at 175 grams. No soot was found in the upper respiratory or lower bronchial passes. A nearly intact left lung is identified, which weighs about 330 grams. And a little bit of the right lung is attached to the bronchial tube, which weighs about 75 grams. Both lungs show hemorrhaging. A 200 centimeter segment of the small and large bowel is recovered. Soft green stool is noted in the colon. The small bowel contents are minimal. No appendix is there in any of the bowel segments.
So he lost all that.
A fragmentized liver is recovered. This fragment weighs about 200 grams. An attached gallbladder is there with about 1 cc of bile inside.